In this video, I'll discuss the suit of wands in a tarot reading. We'll look at the key themes and what the suit means in different types of tarot readings, as well as the elemental and astrological associations. This video is designed to be informative in the moment and as a resource to return to as your tarot journey unfolds. So feel free to come back at any time to refresh your learning. You'll find the key chapters timestamped below for easy reference. Hey Magic One, I'm Bronya from Wild Lotus Tarot, so let's get into this video about the suit of wands in a tarot reading. I'm a Rider-Waite fan myself, and that is generally what I base my videos around and the cards that I'll be showing. Now, the suit of wands in the Rider-Waite tarot deck is represented by sprouting sticks. You may see wands represented in other tarot decks as things like battens or glowing rods. Wands cards indicate actions taken towards passions, purpose, or desires, and often evoke a sense of magic, inspiration, or spirituality. They speak of possibility should the seeker engage with this potential to release the latent energy. Positively, the wands cards can indicate action that transforms, motivates, defends, or leads a seeker to passion. In a negative placement or in reverse, the wands cards can indicate energy struggles or burnout. Sometimes boredom, lack of inspiration. They can indicate there are struggles for survival or even like falling out of purpose in life. Before we take a look at what wands cards mean in different types of tarot readings, let's go a little bit deeper by looking at the elemental and astrological associations of the suit. The suit of wands is associated with fire, and fire is an element that's created from heat. And as we know, fire has the potential to turn base metal into gold, right? It's used in alchemy. It transforms what it comes into contact with. So fire can either, burn in a sustained way, providing energy, providing heat, providing light, or it can destroy and disintegrate something by being too hot and just burning it to the ground, leaving ashes, leaving something less than what we had. So wands cards, when they appear in a reading, to me, they generally mean that the seeker, that is the person I'm reading for, needs to move into a place of active action. It's not a time to be passive. That is, it's time for them to move beyond, say, manifesting, setting intentions, or, a reflective stage where they might be seeking the move ahead or trying to seek strategy. It really is about them getting out there, making decisions, taking the first step, and really taking that active journey in the world to make something a reality. It's also important to note, though, with the wands cards, that it's the right type of action, right? The right type of action in a balanced way that will lead to the result that they want. I often talk about inspired action. That is action that is in direct alignment with the goal that they're trying to achieve. Too much energy, too much fire energy can lead to, okay, let's just take all different actions and see what comes back. Cast the net wide. It's really a time to be very targeted with that action so that, we get to that end game and we get to that aligned and inspired outcome. Naturally, the suit of wands maps to the fire signs of the zodiac: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, when these cards show up in the reading, the seeker may be dealing with someone of that zodiac sign or with that zodiac placement somewhere in their birth chart. Alternatively, the seeker may need to embody, that is, take on the energy of that sign that shows up in the reading to successfully navigate their situation. Each one of the court cards, they are the people cards that can be more challenging to read. They represent one of the zodiac signs, okay? Apart from the page, if the page of wands shows up, that can indicate that you're dealing with a younger fire sign, sometimes a more immature fire sign, or even a child. The Knight of Wands for me is Sagittarius energy. The Queen of Wands is Aries energy. And the King of Wands is Leo energy. There is a lot more depth that we can go into with the astrological associations, but that really is a topic for another video where we can really deep dive into it. I really want to bring the focus back to the actual suit of wands and what it means in different readings. How a wand or wands are visually represented in the cards or handled by the characters in the cards can give quite a lot of insight into the meaning, both the meaning of the suit at a greater level and at a more granular level, the meaning of each individual tarot card. So let's look at a couple of examples. So let's simply replace the word wand with the word energy and look at these cards. So the Ace of Wands, the very start of the wand suit, shows new energy or new potential moving towards or being offered to the seeker. Now, when I studied physics at university, yes, I did energy and environmental physics. It taught me that energy cannot be created or destroyed. So this may mean that, you know, something in the seeker's life is changing forms, okay? It's being recreated, it's got a new level of potential to hit. The Two of Wands, we see somebody seeking energy. Somebody who's already got a grasp on the energy of the new and maybe getting ready to take a leap of faith. The Three of Wands shows somebody who is engaging with new energy to create. They've taken a step beyond the two and now they are ready to explore further. In the Four of Wands, we see balanced energy, right? Two wands on both sides of the card here. We see the stable, balanced energy, balanced environment. In the Five of Wands, we see energy being used unproductively around people, right? We see energy conflict, we see leaky energy, and we see people that don't seem to be aware of where their energy is going and how it's being used. In the Six of Wands, we see a victorious use of energy. Energy used wisely, harmonious energy. The Seven of Wands shows the defending of energy or using energy to fight or retain something. We may also be seeing here like a battle of energies, a battle of power. In the Eight of Wands, we see energy moving towards the seeker. We see a sense of increased energy, moving energy, energy moving fastly. In the Nine of Wands, we see somebody who is looking like they've lost energy. We might be looking at sustained energy loss over time and the need to conserve energy. In the Ten of Wands, we see energy that is literally weighing the seeker down or too much energy expended. We see them carrying this energy, and through carrying this energy, there's no time or space to kind of look up, see where they're going, and seeing the path ahead. So let's have a chat about what the Wands cards mean when they show up in different types of tarot readings. Now, of course, it's going to depend on the placement that the card falls in, you know, whether it's in a challenge, advice, or outcome, and exactly what the cards are. But I will give you my overview of generally what the Wands mean in those types of readings. So let's start with love. If we get an abundance of Wands cards or wands in the right position in a love reading, they generally talk about attraction, chemistry, the kind of chemistry that literally gets the fire started, gets the, you know, the sparks going, the sparks ignited and flying around. We can really be talking about a chemical or sexual attraction here, okay? It's about that real energy going either, you know, between. It could be an amplifying of that energy, it could be a decrease in that energy, but normally they would talk about, you know, passion and potential within relationships or within a connection, okay? So, you know, generally as I'm going through these different types of reading, the larger key themes that I've given you for the wands, like potential, passion, power, energy, you know, they kind of go across all the readings, but there are little, you know, specific ways we can interpret them. So we're really looking at, you know, that passion, that chemistry, sexual energy, when we're kind of looking in a love reading and seeing all the wands. So in a career reading, okay, so in a career reading, the wands for me means several different things depending. It really can talk about purpose and wanting to find purpose or move into a career that, you know, gives energy rather than taking it. It can talk about, again, needing to take action in career to move forward, to unlock new potential. And because it's about action and it's about career, sometimes it can mean that the seeker might need to learn a new skill, level up in some way, put more energy in. And because the wands also links to, you know, creativity, it might mean they need to take a more creative approach or look outside of the square in some way. So let's say if we're looking a little more specifically in terms of a money or finance reading, then the wands can really indicate growth or taking action in order to grow those resources. So it might talk about investment opportunities or opportunities to expand. Wands can also be expansion, to expand money, okay? We need to remember that money is also an energy, and we've talked about how the wands are energy. So it can talk about how we are moving and flowing with that energy in our lives. And to me, you know, energy is all connected. Our life force energy, the amount of energy we hold within ourselves, is what flows into career, love, money. So if we're limited in that energy, often there will be a depletion in those areas, including our finances. So it talks about growth, it talks about expanding that and maybe expanding into different investment opportunities. In terms of a family reading, the wands to me are about connection, energy exchange, and maybe taking the action to come together to share, expand, grow and share inspiration. It may talk less of, you know, like emotional connection and emotional things happening in family relationships. For me, that would be more the cups energy, but the wands really is that action of maybe getting together, doing activities together, and maybe also, you know, expanding and growing those relationships. So what about in a spiritual or self-development, self-growth type reading? Well, I love the wands for this because the wands are about spirituality, and for me they do link to that soul journey or dharma. You may have heard the word dharma. It's about our divine purpose, you know, what we've incarnated here to do on the earth plane. So when I see, you know, wands in a reading around these themes, it's really inspiring the seeker to get back onto path, specifically to align their lives with what truly lights them up from the inside, what lights that spiritual and internal flame. Now that could be making changes in relationships, in career, in the place that they live, the activities they do, so that they really have a stronger spiritual flame burning within them. So yeah, they're about about that kind of personal growth, spiritual growth, life purpose, dharma, and of course creativity as well. It can be, okay, I just need to ignite that sense of creativity within myself again if life feels like it's kind of gotten to the point where it's a bit flat, or, you know, there's any kind of feelings of apathy or boredom, complacency. The wands is like, okay, fire up, you know, remember who you are. You're a spiritual being and you're here having an earthly experience, and let's incorporate that energy into our lives to grow and expand and really fulfill the life purpose. In addition to that, the wands can be about divine intervention or synchronicity. So they can mean that there might be a synchronistic event or a sign coming that helps lead the seeker back to that divine purpose. So I hope this video helped you understand the suit of wands, familiarize yourself with it, and learn a bit about what those cards mean. Keep in mind you can return back here at any time for a refresher. I've got the chapters of information timestamps so you can look in the video description and just jump to the part you need. If you found this video useful, please do hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop me a comment so I can connect with you. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos on the suits of the tarot. The other ones will be coming very soon. For now, I'm wishing you so much love and magic.